Eisham, your mother, Asia Bibi, was arrested in 2009. Can you tell us about what happened in that situation? How was she, where was she? What kind of trouble did she get into? Can you describe that, please?
मैं 9 साल की थी और मेरी मम्मा फालसा तोड़ती थी, काम करती थी.
I'm 9 years old and my mother was working in the Falsa garden.
और वहाँ पे लड़कियाँ थी, कुछ मुसलमान थी और उन्होंने पानी मांगा था और मेरी मामा ने जाके मेरी मामा पानी लेके आई और मेरी मामा ने.
There was two other women working with her mother, and the both ladies asked to drink water from Asiaq Bibi.
और मेरी मामा ने पानी पी लिया और उसके बाद मेरी मामा ने पानी दिया और उन्होंने पानी नहीं पिया और वो कहने लगी कि इसने हमारे मज़हब को गालियाँ निकाली हैं, पर लेकिन मेरी मामा ने ऐसा कुछ भी नहीं था किया.
First, the both ladies asked Asiaq Bibi to bring water. When she brought the water, and they refused to drink water, and then they said the Asiaq Bibi abusing the Islam and the Prophet Muhammad.
और उसके बाद उन्होंने इस्लाम का इल्ज़ाम लगा दिया मेरी मामा पे और वो कहने लगी कि तुम्हारा नबी तो कोड़ों में मरा. और मेरी मामा कहती कि नहीं, ऐसा नहीं है, खुदा तो एक है. पर लेकिन उन्होंने अच्छा नहीं किया और 5 दिन बाद मेरी मामा को लेके आए, उन्होंने पुलिस मंगवा ली.
When she brought the water and she refused to drink water, and then they blame Asiaq Bibi. She abused to Islam, and they are said derogatory words toward Muhammad. But she said her mother didn't say anything about Islam and against the Prophet Muhammad.
5 दिन बाद वो मेरी मामा को हवेली में लेके गए और वो कहने लगे कि तुम मुसलमान हो जाओ, हम तुम्हें छोड़ देंगे. पर मेरी
Since 5 days they are trying to cook the story against the Asiaq Bibi, and then they caught Asiaq Bibi from the Falsa garden and brought into the village among the gathering, and they demanded to convert into Islam, but Asiaq Bibi refused to convert into Islam.
मेरी मामा कहती मैं अपना मज़हब नहीं छोड़ सकती और उन्होंने धमकी भी दी थी कि अगर तुम अपना मज़हब नहीं छोड़ सकते तो हम तुम्हें गोली मार देंगे.
They continuously ask Asiaq Bibi to convert Islam. If she would not convert into Islam, they will kill her and they will kill her family as well.
और उसके बाद मेरी मामा ने दोबारा उसको ले गए, उसके कपड़े भी फाड़ दिए, उसको बहुत ज़्यादा मारा और मेरी मामा ने पानी मांगा.
When they brought into the village among the gathering, they stretched her clothes, and the Asiaq Bibi asked to drink water, but they refused to give the water even.
और उन्होंने मुझे भी उठा के दीवार के साथ मारा और मेरी मामा को भी मारने शुरू हो गए.
The Eisham was there. She was the eyewitness of her mother, and she also asked to drink water, but they refused to give the water to Eisham even.
और मेरी मामा कहती जाओ अपने पापा को बुला के लाओ. तब तक मैं बुलाने गई, जब मैं आई मैंने देखा मेरी मामा वहाँ पे नहीं थी.
Her mother asked her to go and brought her father, but she came and then she go back. When she went back, there was no her mother because the police arrested her and take it into the police station.
So your mother was an agricultural worker. She was working with, in her village with other women who were not Christian, and she took a drink from the well, from the water, and a dispute broke out, and she was then suddenly accused of blasphemy and put on trial. She was arrested, forced to convert. She refused. She was threatened with death. Put on trial. She was convicted. And in these trials, it's important to understand that it's considered blasphemous to repeat the charge, to repeat the evidence, which is only verbal evidence, testimonial evidence, in the courtroom, in public. So there is virtually no evidence. And there is almost certainty of conviction in these cases. It becomes very, very difficult for anyone to defend her, to rescue her. The lawyers have been threatened with death. The governor of Punjab, who was a Muslim, Salman Taseer, defended your mother, criticized the blasphemy law, and he was executed, murdered in cold blood by his security detail. That man was treated like a hero by the Lawyers Association, the Bar Association, and was showered with rose petals by them as he went to his trial, as he entered the courtroom. 200 lawyers signed his defense pleadings pro bono. Nevertheless, the judge convicted him, and he was executed recently for the capital crime of murdering this governor of the largest state of Pakistan. 25,000 supporters of this murderer then went outside the jail and the courthouse where your mother is. This was just a few weeks ago, demanding that she be put to death. A good friend of mine was Shahbaz Bhatti. He was the Minister of Education of Minorities in the Pakistani government, the only Christian in the Pakistani cabinet. He devoted his entire adult life to this issue of reforming the blasphemy law and supporting minorities as head of the All Minorities Council in Pakistan. Shahbaz Bhatti also spoke up for Bibi and was murdered. He was murdered on his way to work outside his mother's home. No one has ever been tried or convicted in his case. Asia Bibi was the first woman that there's been a confirmation of the death penalty for by the Lahore High Court, High Court of Lahore. Whether she will be released, we do not know, but certainly she will not be released if we do not keep her name in front of our policymakers. Pakistan is an ally of the United States, and if we don't pray for her, we should be praying every day, every Sunday in our churches for Asia Bibi. Would you like to add anything else? Or should we move to questions from the public?
Sorry, repeat it.
Do we want to move to questions, general questions?
Yes.
Or does the family want to add anything? Can you ask them if they would like to add any final words before we go to questions?
Yes, she's ready to answer.
Okay, all right. Could you please raise your hand if you have any questions? There we have one in the back.
Really, thank you both for sharing. It's a wonderful witness to all of us for being faithful. Joseph, if you could narrate, I don't know if you want to translate, if he could narrate how the miraculous intervention when he got shot.
Thank you, sister.
يعني الحقيقة أني يعني كنت هربنا من العراق في الأردن ومسكوني كانوا 4 من إخواني وواحد عم إلي وأخذوني بمكان وبدأوا يحكون معايا يحاولوني يرجعوني للعراق.
First, it was during the time that we fled to Jordan from Iraq, and then we were caught up by 4 of my brothers and my uncle, and they took me aside in a remote area, and they tried to talk to me to convince me to leave Christianity.
الحقيقة بهذه الفترة أنا كنت خلاص بعد تعمدت بعد ما في خوف فهم كانوا يحاولون يغروني بشتى الطرق في الرجعة أنا كنت أحكيهم عن المسيح عن الحياة الجديدة عن العمال فهيك كان الكلام ما متوافق بيني وبينهم.
At that time I had already been baptized, so there was no way back for me anyhow, but they kept talking and they wanted to bring me back and they wanted to hear from me, you know, what happened and to make me talk more, but we soon reached irreconcilable differences.
فهو أول واحد عمي قال لي أنت في فتوى بقتلك وإذا ما بترجع نقتلك.
And my uncle reminded me that there was a fatwa against me and that I could very well be killed.
قال فت كلمة كثير جميلة كثير أحبها قال من داءه المسيح فلا دواء له.
And he said something very beautiful, who has tasted Christ, there is no medicine against, there is no remedy against it.
فكان هو أول واحد أطلق الرصاص باتجاه صدري.
But he was the first one who shot me in the chest.
فمن بعدها أنا صار فت صوت براسي بأنه أهرب وفعلا هربت ركضت من عندهم وكانوا كلهم يطلقون ورايا رصاص ومسافة وارتفعت رجلي وقعت وغمى علي بعد.
And at that point I ran for my life and I started running and I could hear that they were shooting me from the back. Initially they couldn't reach me, but then one bullet reached me and I fell on my knees and I collapsed and I fainted.
فنشكر الرب أكيد ربنا مرادني أنتقل أكيد بعد عندي رسالة أديها للناس.
And maybe that's why I was left for dead and I was left alone, and maybe I have to thank God for this miracle because this is the reason why I'm here to convey His message to you.
كنت أتمنى في وقت كثير كافي وأطلع لكم آيات القرآن كلها وشرح لكم عليها كيف دا يقتلون الناس ليش شو السبب.
I would have loved to have the time to read with you some verses of the Quran and to analyze them with you to show you exactly what is said.
مرة ثانية إذا ربنا
But
بيسمح.
maybe another time we'll have, you know.
This was your brothers.
Yes, yeah. إخواتك مش كده؟
كانوا 4 من إخواني وواحد عم لي.
والعم هو اللي ضربك.
أول واحد هو بس كلهم
أول واحد.
ضربوا.
Yeah, I was with my 4 brothers. The first shot was by uncle, and then everybody shot at me after that.
Hi, I have a couple of questions. One for each of the panelists. Thank you for saying the truth in the media is what we need to see more of in the United States and the world. I agree completely. Next, how did you find Jesus? Is one of the questions I have for you, so it's a little more personal. And for...
Can we stop here?
Yes.
Because I need to interpret. And
Okay.
then, شكرا كثير على انك يعني كنت صريح معنا ولازم احنا في الاعلام الامريكي لازم نكون صريحين اكتر. اوكي. بس السؤال الثاني اللي عندي كيف اكتشفت يسوع؟ ما فهمناش ايه اللي خلاك يعني تعرف يسوع؟ ودلوقتي هيسأل
يعني
سؤال.
الحقيقة هو في الكتاب مالتي موجود بالإنجليزي ويمكن تقدر تقرأ أفضل ما أقعد أشرح لك كل القضية.
All the details of my life are actually in the book that I wrote, The Price to Pay. I don't have the time to explain all the details because it's kind of a lengthy story.
Then my other question is for this family.
Okay.
What would you say to your mother right now if you could speak with her? What would you say to your mother right now if you could speak with her?
आप लोगों से ये कहना चाहती हूँ कि आप मेरी मामा की हेल्प करें, उसको बाहर लेके आएँ और आप उसके लिए दुआ करें कि वो जल्द से बाहर आ जाए।
She requested to American government and the present community who is here, just say prayer for her mother. So with your support and with your prayers, she will be come out of jail very soon.